you've got things to do, totally fine. I'm not going to do any more art demonstration now. So if you want to just listen in instead of watching, you can do that and know that you're not missing anything. And if I say anything that gets me kicked off of TikTok, you don't have to worry about missing any of the art stuff either. So let me start from the very beginning. For those of you who don't know what the Amazon Influencer Program is, it's basically like any other influencer program. Essentially, you are selling for Amazon. And the way that that works is you sign up for Amazon Associates. And if you have the ability to do Amazon Influencer, you have to apply for it and be accepted into it. And then you can essentially make videos to post to your social media that has an affiliate link to an item that you're talking about. And if somebody purchases that item through your affiliate link, you get a cut of the commission. Now, one of the things that Amazon does is they have two different things. They have the Amazon Associates, which is like what a lot of people used to do back when blogging was huge and like coupon blogging and all that stuff. And they'd have like a sidebar where they would have like their favorite things and they would all be like affiliate links to things on Amazon. So a lot of people have that, but they don't have the Amazon Influencer Program because they kind of phased into that. And so right now with the Amazon Influencer Program, the only way to get a storefront on Amazon where you can then add idea lists, media lists, and record videos for items to post offsite to Amazon, or for Amazon products with your affiliate link, is to apply for the affiliate program or the influencer program. The way that that works is very muddy. And this is why it's so frustrating for a lot of people. They don't necessarily have set information published online for what you have to have in order to be approved for the influencer program. You can apply as many times as you want in a day and throughout your lifespan until you get approved. There's no lines, no waiting on that. You just do it until you're approved. Now, there are guesses and everybody's is a little bit different. But what I have been told and what I have read is that it is easiest to get approved through TikTok because supposedly, hi Cat Mama, you are joining at just the right time because I am talking about Amazon Influencer now that our art demonstration is done. And essentially you have to have a certain follower count on those. But apparently through TikTok, it's not the follower count. It has to do with the amount of engagement that you have. But again, those are not published anywhere. So it's all just kind of a guessing game. And so when you go and, yes, good going. Thank you. So when you go and you look at these Reddit forums or you Google stuff or you listen to somebody on YouTube, it's all a guessing game. And so sometimes I feel like they're accurate. Sometimes they're not. I've heard on Instagram that you need 2,000 followers. I've heard on TikTok you need 1,000, but that's not true because I was approved with less than 1,000. Supposedly with TikTok, it's all about having a high engagement rate. So let me tell you what I did with TikTok. I thought the only way I'm going to get a high engagement rate is by going live. And the only way I'm going to be able to go live for any length of time is to do art. And I mean, I've been doing art for years. I used to try to be an art person on Instagram and it never really went anywhere. And so, you know, I just kind of moved on from that. And I was like, you know what, let's just go back to doing this and we'll do it on TikTok. So now, mind you, I do have an Instagram that has like 805 followers, but trying to get followers over on Instagram is really difficult. And doing follow for follow is not my cup of tea. Like, I just don't like that sort of thing. That being said, however, I have done a couple of grow rooms here on TikTok, one of which I have met several of you through and have become TikTok friends with you. And we support each other and it's awesome. And really, what I have found is that with TikTok, the secret is not in going live. So I met a lot of you through going live, but the secret is actually in doing videos for your feed that get engagement. So When I started my TikTok, it was many years ago. I was doing art markets, selling my woodwork, my resin work, basically anything that I was doing that was handmade, but primarily woodwork and resin work. And, I would post videos. You would see my process videos and things like that. They'd maybe get 100 or so views or whatever, but nobody was ever commenting or anything. And then I kind of just let it die for a while. Then when I decided to try for the Amazon influencer program, a friend had told me that she had done it and she was having some good results with it. Cat Mama says getting more views means money for TikTok. Maybe. I know it doesn't mean more money for me, but and I'll get to the money aspect of it too, just to kind of let you know where I stand between both as I get further along in this. But so I think it was about 75 followers on TikTok. It might have been 125. I can't remember if it was like 125 after I started like following people and they followed me back, or if I started with 75 and then I started like, posting regularly and got up to 125 and then started going live. It's a little fuzzy to me. I don't remember. Either way, let's just say it was about 100 followers on TikTok. Then I started going live and all of a sudden I had all these people coming onto my lives. It was great. And I'm like, ooh, TikTok's really pushing me. This is wonderful. And so I got a lot of followers really fast that way. But it turns out that none of that had anything to do with what Amazon influencer was looking for. What they actually wanted to see was me posting on my feed regularly and getting people to engage with that. And what they like to see is not just the hearts. They want to see comments and saves, like, the little bookmark thing. So what I started doing, and this is actually what got me approved, and I got approved in 2 weeks. So from the time I started doing lives on TikTok to the time I got approved on Amazon Influencer, it was exactly 2 weeks. And mind you, I hadn't done anything with my TikTok prior to that. So like my TikTok was basically dead prior to that point. So I think they also wanted to see that I had a TikTok that was active for at least 2 weeks. I started recording brief videos on how to easily watercolor certain things, like watercolor a leaf, watercolor a simple flower, that sort of thing. And so that started getting a lot of comments and saves. And once I had 3 of those up, I got approved. So, yes, the engagement. See, I don't know if engagement equals money. You say TikTok gets percentage of sales, but I haven't had any sales. That's the thing. Like, just because they have views doesn't mean they have sales. So you can't get a TikTok shop until you've hit 1,000 followers. And then you get like an abbreviated TikTok shop, essentially. And then once you get 5,000 followers, you can have like the full-blown TikTok shop thingy. But I'm not like going for TikTok shop, although maybe I'll try for that at some point, because really my goal is brand deals. I want to do brand deals. And Amazon influencer is a way to get there, but I'll save that for another time. So I get into Amazon influencer, but there are a couple different things that you have to do. So when you're first approved for Amazon influencer, see, I'm at 5K, but my videos suck. LOL, no engagement. Jen, you have to have 3,500 followers for 3,500 for the full-blown TikTok shop. Yeah, I have read, and my thing says 5,000. I don't know where the 3,500 comes from, but mine says 5,000. So once you get approved for Amazon influencer, you can start doing off-site videos that go on your storefront. So you can set up a storefront on Amazon, and then you can start filming your videos and posting them off-site and getting commissions for those. The other side of it is that there's something called on-site commissions. And this is where a lot of people are really mad right now, because it used to be that your videos, well, first of all, you have to apply in addition to the Amazon influencer program, and you have to have 3 videos that you submit to the on-site commissions part of the program that then get reviewed by Amazon. And if they approve those 3 videos, then you can just keep adding videos to your storefront that can be placed for Amazon on-site commissions. And that's when you're shopping on Amazon, you see a product, sometimes it says like product description, it has a drop down, then videos, and then it has a drop down, and that's like a carousel of videos. So that's a lot of times where they'll place these videos. And if somebody watches your video and then buys it, you get commission on that. People were making thousands of dollars a month just in on-site commissions alone. Well, Amazon just dropped that commission. It used to be like a base, I think, of like a 10% commission. Don't quote me on that. I think it was 10%, to like now basically 2 and 4% commission. So people's income has dropped significantly overnight because of just that on-site commission. And that's the thing. People got comfortable doing on-site commission and like thinking that their income was like guaranteed for that. But they didn't focus on offsite commission, which pays a minimum of 10%. And so their income drops significantly. And now they're just kind of like, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. And they haven't built a following anywhere else. So now they're scrambling to try to figure out what to do. So there's a couple of different ways you can go about this. When I signed up and I got approved for Amazon Influencer, the first thing I did was do the storefront. So I set that up, added a few idea lists, which is basically where like you have a list, you name it something, and then you add a list of products to it that fit with your idea. So like, for example, I have one that are like my favorite lathe items, which then has a bunch of items that I use when I do wood turning. And then I think I posted a picture of a painting that I did, and then I list all the items I used to make that painting. And so then while I was doing those things, I applied for the on-site commissions, filmed my 3 videos, and then submitted that to Amazon and waited. It was about a week or so for them to approve those 3 videos. And then once those were approved and I knew that I had been accepted into the program for on-site, then it was like a mad dash to try to get my first 100 videos. I finally finished getting those uploaded yesterday. But here's a couple things, just in case any of you are interested in going that route. Oh, I think I'm missing some. Hang on. Products to try. Those are like, I think they changed 5 to 3.5 recently. I saw some videos about it. Oh, she said, I'm so proud of Jen. Rate of percentage. Go, Jen. Oh, thank you, Cat Mama. Yeah, she's been sending me stuff and I've been watching every single one, trying to implement every single one to see what works. Thank you. Ta-da. It goes all the way up and to there. Okay, so when you upload the videos, there are a couple of things they want to see. Number one, they want it to be, they want you to speak clearly. They want it to be horizontal, although it can be vertical. I submitted 2 horizontal and 1 vertical. And they want you to basically just talk about the product in less than a minute. And you can't make claims about it that aren't scientifically backed. So like if you're doing, say, vitamins, you can't say, this will grow your hair longer in 6 months. Instead, you can say, these are vitamins that include vitamin A, B, C, whatever. And then say, yeah. And then say, they taste, like if they're gummies, say, they have a nice flavor to them. They're soft to chew, and I've been happy with them since I began using them. And then that's it. Now, one thing I've also discovered just in my hit and miss kind of things here is that when you do upload your videos, and this is not to get approved, this is just in general, when you're trying to get to those first 100 videos, is sit down and batch them. Don't worry about making pretty thumbnails because that doesn't make a difference. I have some with pretty thumbnails, doesn't make a difference. It just slows you down. Second, you don't have to show your face. However, Sometimes it helps to show your face, and I'll tell you why. There is something part of the influencer program that is called creator commissions. And this is why it gets so sticky. So you have offsite commissions, which is where you post your videos offsite. People find it, click it, buy it, you get offsite commissions. You have onsite commissions where people see your video on the actual Amazon listing, they click it, they buy it, you get commission, but it's less than what you get for offsite. Then you have creator connections. Creator connections is essentially a place where brands have campaigns over and above what's already out there that will pay you commissions over and above for selling a particular item. So let me tell you an example. So that float video that I posted, you can reach out to these brands on Creator Connections when they post in Creator Connections, and it'll show you a date range that says this campaign is available from this date to this date. We're going to pay an extra, say, 15% to people who post videos to wherever and sell these, and you can request a sample here. So if you request the sample, it sends a message to them, and sometimes they get back to you, sometimes they don't. Actually, I'd say most of the time they don't. Sometimes you'll request a sample and it'll just show up at your door and they won't have responded to you. Other times they'll say, sorry, we're only working with, so many, or we only have so many samples to send out, and, you're just not a big enough fish to fry right now. And that's totally fine. And always be professional about it. Be kind, that sort of thing. So for example, with the float, I saw this float and I was like, okay, I'm going to request a sample. I joined the campaign, requested the sample. They sent a response back saying, yes, we'd love to work with you, but please make sure you show somebody who is having fun with the float. Okay, sounds great. They send it to me. I make the video. And then I upload it to my storefront. I uploaded it to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. And then I grab all 5 of those links. I go back into Creator Connections to that active campaign, and I list all of those links in that campaign. And if I post it again and again and again on any of those social medias, I take those links and I continue to put them there. And then if anybody finds those and purchases through any of those links, then you will get additional commission on top of whatever the commission is for that item. So for the float, for example, I don't remember the exact commission. I think it's 15%. So let's say they are on Amazon and they see the listing for this float and they scroll down, they see my video. They're like, oh my gosh, she's doing the salmon test and it's amazing. We're going to buy this float. Then let's say pool supplies is only a 2% commission on Amazon. Then I would get that 2% commission plus the creator commission of 15% on top of that. If they saw the float on my Pinterest, for example, and they clicked onto it to go buy it on Amazon, that would be a 10% commission plus the creator connection fee, commission of 15%. For a total of 25% commission. Do you see what I mean? So, and those campaigns only last a certain period of time. So the idea is to really involve yourself in those creator commissions so that you're earning additional commission on top of whatever it is that you're trying to get commission on. So I think what Amazon is doing here by cutting the commissions on the on-site commissions as much as they have is to really try to force sellers to going into the creator commissions. Now, I did hear that there were some issues that they have forced on the creator connection side with the businesses. Like, I think they're like digging further into the company's profits or the seller's profits, whatever. I don't honestly know because I'm not on that side. So I don't know what's happening over there, but here's what I do know. What I know is that if there is an avenue to make money, it is your job as the creator to explore if it works for you. So they have the avenue of Amazon Live. I'm going to explore to find out if that's going to make money, because why not? There's a lot of people who won't show their faces because they feel like they need to get made up for the camera, or they don't like the way they look, or they're afraid people are going to make fun of them. Whatever it is, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap that I'm a chunky, middle-aged white lady who has frizzies around her hair and doesn't care to wear makeup day in and day out. I just don't care. Like, this is me. Take me or leave me. If you don't like it, see ya. So yeah, I don't mind going live. I don't mind showing my face. I'll do it. But there's plenty of people who won't, and maybe that gives me a leg up. Another thing that I'm doing is making an influencer media kit. I hate calling myself an influencer. It's such a dirty word to me. I hate it. But Jen, you look good and are real. Thanks. And Jen says, I want to not care. It's easy. Once you just do it, you just do it, and then you just don't care. Excuse me. And so if that gives me a leg up, that's great. So the next thing that I'm doing is putting together, let's see, Laurel says, you should save this whole clip about this topic. You explain it so well and makes sense. Thank you. I'm going to try that tonight. You should. And you know what? If you go live tonight on TikTok, will you do me a favor and send me a link? Or just send me a DM letting me know what time so I can put an alarm on my phone so I can try to join in and support you. I'd love to do that. And then, so yeah, let me reframe my thought here because I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, so, Jen can use filters like one influencer I watch. Send me a link to Charlene. Jen, you are awesome. I'm going to run for now. See you later. Bye, Charlene. Thank you so much for joining and listening and hanging out with us this morning. I love that you've become a Jack. So thank you. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the Jack story. I'll tell you, I won't be on tomorrow because I'm chaperoning my son's field trip, but I'll tell you on Friday if you remind me. I have a friend that needs to hear your experience. She would be a great candidate for all. You know, maybe there's a way for me to like record something like this and post it to TikTok. I don't know. I'll try. I don't know. Or maybe I can post this like section of this live to my YouTube because I usually try to post the replays to my YouTube. I'm just behind as always. Okay. So back to the Amazon stuff. So Amazon Live, still trying to figure that out. But I feel like because so many people are self-conscious about everything about themselves, they're not willing to go live. I am. I don't mind. I'm only showing my hands as of now because I don't know how to do it like this. So whatever. But I'll figure that out. The other thing is a lot of people don't know this, but you can open multiple storefronts with Amazon. So by multiple storefronts, I mean, you have your storefront in the US. You can also open one in Canada, in the UK, and in Australia. Now, I personally have found that a lot of the items that I use are not available in those countries, but I use something called Oink for Influencers. And that is, I think, $25 a month or something like that. And what it does is it goes through my listings and it will show me which items I have videos for that are available in those countries so that I can then go and create those videos in those storefronts so that I can be earning additional income in those countries on those storefronts. Still working on those because it is a lot of, there's a lot of moving pieces when you start talking about like, oh, you're not just uploading to Amazon US, you're uploading to YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram. And now you're also doing a UK storefront, an Australia storefront, and a Canada storefront. So it can feel like a lot. And now you're going to add Amazon Live. Oh, and by the way, you're neglecting your other business. So it does get tiring. But I'm just trying to see what works, So let me backtrack just a little bit because I want to tell you a little bit about how TikTok fits into all of this for me and the income that I have thus far. Laurel says she has so many of the elements you mentioned already in place. Okay, good. If you would be open to DM questions and then do an FAQ sometime, absolutely. And then gifts here help Jen here. Yeah. So I would say when I first started doing the TikTok and started getting gifts, I wasn't really sure what that was at first, but actually Meredith from, oh my gosh, Crafted by Curiosity, she was the first one to ever give me a gift. It made me cry because it was just such a like overwhelming feeling, I guess, at the time. And anyway, love her. And I've been doing live TikToks pretty much every day. I was doing 2 and 3 times a day at one point because I wanted to see where the majority of my watchers were from and, you know, just what time of day I was going to get the most bang for my buck. And by bang for my buck, I don't mean the most income. I mean the most viewers. Because why am I going to go on at night and do another, you know, demo if 2 people are going to watch? It just doesn't make sense. So what I found was morning is where I get the most people watching. And I think I've made $11 total from TikTok. And yes, I have, Cat Mama. And so like, for example, right now, TikTok Studio says for this live, I've been live for almost 2 hours. I've earned 1 penny. 1 penny, right? And that's fine. Like, I'm not doing this to earn money through gifts. Is it nice? Absolutely. But I also recognize that the limitations of TikTok are such that unless I'm constantly begging you guys to send gifts, then it's not going to be lucrative. And I'm not going to be shaking you guys down for money every day that I go live. That is not cool. And that is not why I'm doing this anyway. Laurel says, I made 22 cents last week. Amazing. Right? So the other thing is that I do have the TikTok shop, but the TikTok shop, I think they take like, the commissions are pretty small, but I think the overall majority, they take like 60% of whatever you try to sell. So if I were to sell my paintings through here, or if I were to try to auction my paintings through their auction service, like you can go live and do like an auction, which I've considered doing of all these paintings that I've been making, they take 60%. And that's a lot of money because I still have to ship it, right? Like, you're providing me the platform, I get that, but you're still taking more than half. And then I still have to ship it over and above that. So it's a lot to think about letting go of 60%. Like, that's a lot. So, you know, when it comes to TikTok strategy, here's where my mind is. My mind is I meet amazing people. I have a great community. I get to do art every day, and that really feeds my soul. And I feel like it feeds your soul too. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't care to. It's just another thing I would have to learn. Yeah, 60%. That is insane. It's absolutely insane. So I'm just like, no. And so, but I see these people that go live with like their t-shirts and they're auctioning them off, and like people, like they'll start the bidding at $1. I'm like, what happens if somebody bids $10 on this shirt and like after 15 seconds, it's still only sitting at $10 and you still have to ship it? Like, that's still going to cost a pretty penny. And then TikTok is taking 60% of that. That's a lot. Like, what is even the point, you know? Yeah. And I would say that if I am going to do something like that, I would do it here on TikTok just because you guys have been here the whole time supporting me and making this art with me. And I will be honest, unless I'm commissioned for a piece, I have not sold my originals because I have held on to them way too preciously. Maybe. Yeah. But actually, you know what, Jen? I don't think that's true. And the reason is because my sister-in-law, Lindsay, she has gone on there to bid on stuff that she wanted. And you can't enter a bid unless your credit card information is in there, because I think it charges you right away. But I'm not totally sure how all that works. So anyway, that's what I've currently made on TikTok. Like I said, I do have a TikTok shop. I have not really promoted anything in it. I don't know that I will. We'll see. I'm not saying never. Another thing that TikTok has tried to, another way to monetize TikTok that I have done is they have these campaigns that you can participate in for going live, like the Tiny Diny. And like if you go live 5 days in a row, they'll give you a little bonus. It's not much, but it's like maybe 10 cents. Yeah, you have to set up your payment while an item is up. Click the settings gear on item up for bid. Yeah. And then, there are other things like right now for me, TikTok has been really pushing me to try to make videos to encourage people to go live. You're doing a lot of legwork for all this. I am. Because I'm trying to figure out what the best way to try to earn is. Because at the end of the day, like if my goal, here's my goal. I'll tell you my goal. My goal is to earn $600 a month. That's all I want. That's my van payment. That's all I want. If I can earn more than that and, pay off all of our debts, our student loans and all that stuff, icing on the cake. But our deficit is just my van payment, $600 a month. That's all I need to come up with. And I've been able to do that through substitute teaching, through doing some design jobs, odd jobs here and there, that sort of thing. Some social media work, some web design work, that sort of thing. But I'm trying to build this up so that over the summer when I can't sub, I have something to fall back on. So we'll just start there. That way you have no question about what it is that I am trying to make up for. So if I get to a point where I'm making several thousand a month, that would be incredible, because then we could make a lot of our financial goals that we want to make throughout the years. Cat Mom says, I paid a company for what you are showing. Yeah. Then after setting it up on that one item, it saves the payment settings for any future bids and auctions. Yeah. Go watch Lemons to Lemonade Furniture on YouTube. Okay. So anyway, so YouTube or TikTok right now is pushing me hard to try to create videos to encourage other people to go live. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I want to do that. Because there is an ulterior motive there. It's to get paid. I think I could get paid like $5 for every like 3,000 views. And I'm like, I can't get 3,000 views on a video right now. Are you kidding me? So like, what is even the point? Can you post this to the tube? Because yes, I will. She is debt free, and that is what I want for you. Thank you. We were debt free back in 2021. I don't know what happened between 21 and 24. I think I just had a bad year with my art markets, and I was having to buy all my supplies and put it on credit, and it kind of went up from there. 2025 was like the year that I worked for the job that I had, and I was like, yes, I finally have a consistent paycheck, and we were paying off debt and all that stuff, and then I got laid off. And of course, cost of living goes up, and then your kids get older and they get more expensive and yada yada. Anyway, I won't go there, but point is, that is the deficit that I'm looking to make up every month. So that being said, let's hop over to Amazon and what I've already made. So I started doing TikTok on March 23rd. It is April 29th now. I got approved for Amazon influencer on April 3rd or something. I can't remember. It was exactly 2 weeks after that. And then I had to wait for those 3 videos to get approved. So I don't think I started really going forward with it until, let's say, like April, trying to think, April 12th-ish. So let's just call it about 2.5, 3 weeks. And since then, I've made $12.33 in creator commissions and $5 and some change. I don't remember the total in regular commissions between onsite and offsite. So about $18 so far in Amazon. It's not great, but it's not terrible for just a few weeks, you guys. And the more I can do these videos and the more I can bring in from offsite and doing these on-sites, then the better my results will be. So like I said, I just hit my 100 videos. And actually it's interesting because I kept thinking to myself, what am I going to get to 100 videos doing? Because you don't have to buy the items on Amazon to submit a review for it on Amazon. The item just has to be available on Amazon. So I have a crap ton of board games. My husband and I are huge board game nerds. And he came home the other day, like 2 days ago, and he had been board gaming with his friends. And I was like, oh, this is genius. Why didn't I think of that? So I literally have a stack of them down here that I finished yesterday. And this is just one of the many stacks that I've done. And these are good priced items. I mean, these games range anywhere from like $40 to like $110. So a commission on that is not going to be bad if somebody buys it. So then, like I said, I'm posting them to YouTube, Pinterest, and my Pinterest has actually also gone up. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to spam everybody on TikTok with that stuff. Now, the caveat to that too is that I think my plan for TikTok, and I was talking to Lindsay about this yesterday, is that my feed is very much a conglomeration of random stuff. It's how to repel your daughter-in-law, how to repel your in-laws. The how to repel your daughter-in-law is very much satire because it's really about how to make a terrible relationship with your daughter-in-law that your daughter-in-law is not going to want to be around you. Facebook Marketplace. I don't think you can post those on Facebook Marketplace. I don't do a whole lot with Facebook, and that's another avenue that I know some people do. Not sure how I'm going to do that one yet, but so I have those. I have some art videos. I have some plant videos. I have just random stuff there. So I think I'm going to continue to do those. I may only post videos of items that I think either you guys would like or items that you might think are funny to watch, like the float video and probably this Chilbo Schwagen thing that I filmed yesterday. But overall, I don't want to be spammy here because that is not why I built this community. This community is very much about art and having a fun place to be, having, just a community of people that get together, that love chit-chatting and talking and doing art together and, just hanging out, I guess you could say. Etsy, you have to pay fees for to list things. And I have done that so much over the years and have gotten very little return on those things. So I don't use Etsy anymore as a seller. Thanks. I love hanging out with you too. So that is pretty much what I've learned so far. I hope that this was helpful. I will download this replay today and get it up on YouTube today for you all to rewatch. The other replays are still in the works. Again, it's just a lot of trying to get it posted. If you guys have any questions after watching this back, feel free to DM me. I'm happy to keep a list of questions and then film another video, do another live. I tend to like doing them over the lives because I don't have to run out of space on my phone because they're already on the internet. So, okay, sounds good. Does anybody else have any questions while you got me live? You're welcome. Good. Oh yeah, I do post videos of me doing chores too. Wave hi to us. Hello. All right, you guys and gals, or both, or none, depending on how you identify. I will see you all, not tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow I won't be on, and I'll make sure to post a message about that. I am going on a boat with my son for his field trip. We're going on the St. Johns River Ferry. What? So, all right, you guys and gals, I will see you Friday morning. All right. See you later. Bye.